Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to the morning session. Good morning, good morning, good morning, and peace and blessings. I just want to chime in on Lord Jamal and speaking out and give him, a shout out for speaking out on Umar Johnson, speaking out against this fraud, speaking out against this fraud, this man who has been a danger to the conscious community, Umar Johnson. It's been 10 years of nothing, 10 years of manipulating our nation of people with the Pan African theory. 10 years of telling the people that a school is going to open. 10 years of spreading dividings, lies to our black melanated women who have spent a lot of money trying to support him and his habits. Our melanated queens were thinking that they can support a guy, get under or get behind somebody that was worth being getting behind. When this demon is basically taking their hard earned money and keeping it for self. 10 years. 10 years of hope of these people thinking that their kids are going to get a school from this guy putting money into this man's hand. Chief, Michael in the house. Good morning, old son. K Money in the house. 10 years. 10 years of dividing our nation of people. 10 years of telling people, giving hopes and dreams to our nation of people. 10 years of getting on social media, ridiculously making itself look stupid. 10 years. 10 years. Are we going to get tired of these communities, these people who are in our community? Are we going to get tired of their manipulations? People like Brother Polite, these Pan-African theories, people like Umar Johnson, who is constantly taking and not giving back, who are constantly taking and not giving back. Are we going to be tired? Are we going to be tired? Because see, Lord Jamal has a bigger platform than somebody like myself. So I salute the brother. These pimps who can speak very well. These pimps who can speak very well, who are leading our community down a dirt road. They can speak very well. They articulate words very well, but continuously raping our community. Raping our community. Weakening our community. I made a video about Umar Johnson several times, and some of the times it's just not worth talking about him. But he won't go away. Umar Johnson is a fly that won't go away. A fly that won't go away. No matter how much you swat at that fly, he will not go away. I just can't understand, and I didn't plan on being here all day. I just had to sit here and think about this. I just don't understand, you know, we listen to these people that are not giving back. They're taking. They're very much good takers. They love to take, but they're not giving back. Indigenous people have to rise up and understand that. And I told people, I said, man, these African theories are net. Notice that these people who are robbing us blind are Pan African people. These people who live that Pan African theory. These are the ones who are taking and taking and taking. That their platforms get so big that they forget where they come from. I'm pretty much sure when they very first started that they mean well. And some of them actually mean well. And then you realize that they never really meant well. They really was all about self. 10 years. No, he was trying to sell dreams since birth. People just wasn't buying until 10 years ago. He was born a bootleg African monk. Yes, he was. Yes, he was. Michael, you could not say that better. Chief Michael, you could not say that better. There's nobody can say it better than you. That this guy has manipulated so many weak vessels. So many weak vessels. Women have given this man thousands and thousands of dollars of their hard-earned money. Thousands of dollars. And what does he have to show for it? What does he have to show for it? And it makes it bad for people of righteousness. It makes it bad for people like myself who are out in this sector to help their people. It makes it bad for new voices out here in the sector. These people are pushing this African agenda. He talks about Africa, Africa, Africa. That's all he talks about. You notice the ones who talk about go back to Africa are the main ones who ain't going back to Africa. You notice Sanetta and all these people who talk on a platform tell you that we ought to go back to Africa, but they're the main ones are not going back to Africa. They're the main ones who are manipulating our black people. He built his school in America, but he lies about building his school in America, but he has no intention of going to Africa. But they tell you, they spread these African theories that we should leave from our land, that we should leave from our land. They're the main ones in these Pan-African theories that tell you that we should go back. These people are worse than our oppressor. They are no different than the slave master. They are no different. These people are messing up brain cells. These people are damaging the brain cells of our people. Peace to the gods, a beam teamer in the house. They are no different. They are no different than a white oppressor who is trying to hold you down as long as he can. See, a good black man who's out here that's spreading nothing but cesspool to the nation of his people, who are destroying, is more dangerous than a white man. It's more dangerous than a white man. Supremacy in black skin, white supremacy in black skin. I will say, boy, you are cooking, Chief. You are cooking. Why are supremacists in black skin? This is what people don't understand, that some of the most weaker vessels were black people. Some of the biggest sellouts were black people. The ones who we have to fear the most were black people, our own melanated people. See, when we talk about Donald Trump, it's easy to talk about Donald Trump, but it's the man who is under Donald Trump that you have to worry about. They don't, Donald Trump is just it's a pig by itself. But then, and when we talk about Joe Biden, he's a pig by himself. These white men, we already know, we can see for who they are, but it's the black man in dark skin is who you got to worry about. It's the black man in dark skin who is always betraying our people. It's that Sambo. It's that Sambo. It's that Sambo. It ain't Uncle Tom or Johannes. Johannes was not the one. They told you Uncle Tom was the sellout. Uncle Tom was not the sellout. It was Johannes that was the sellout. I mean, it was Sambo who was the sellout. Johannes was not the sellout. Johannes was actually freeing his brothers and sisters, helping his brothers and sisters. But when we listen to these people who always, I'm telling you, it's messing it messes up for those who have righteous hearts in mind. We got indigenous blues in the house. I like to call you indigenous blues. We got sister indigenous blues in the house. I'm sorry, I had some kind of alert on my phone. But I had to sit here and talk about Lord Jamar, one of the guys that I admired for a long time. It just made me realize, we need more guys like that to step up and call out these foods for who they are. That these guys are constantly, on a consistent basis, they are taking money from our communities. They are destroying us. They are, when you listen to Umar Johnson is all about himself. He's about taking that money, smoking it up for drugs, and he's all about, having sex with the black melanated woman. He don't care about our community. This man can care less about our community. He can care less about seeing us rise up. He can care less about that, man. He can care less about these schools. Keep on giving him, and you're gonna realize that that this man has not made a difference in the community. 10 years of nothing. 10 years of nothing. 10 years of nothing. 10 years of nothing. 10 years of nothing for his Pan-African school. I had no problem with when the man first came out, and which I don't believe in the African theory. Anybody that is trying to do of good, whether he wants to call himself African, whether he wants to call himself indigenous, I was supporting him in the beginning when he first came out. I looked at this man as a activist. I thought this man was an activist. I thought he was out here for melanated people. I wasn't so much concerned with him talking about Pan-African theory. I just thought he was talking about black people, period. But then when I started to realize that his donations, that everything, that he was always about donations. You have to always pay attention to people who are not about the message, but is more concerned about their donations. When they think that they're going to work, that they use this platform as only for donations and not to teach. It's a big difference. It's a big difference. And we have a lot of people who fall for that trickery that as soon as a person, you don't have to come to my platform to pay me to talk the truth. You do not have to come to my platform to pay me to learn the truth. The Most High, a message is for free. The Most High message is for free. If you want to support me or anything, that's a difference. But if you are, if I am expecting you to come to my channel to pay me, well then I'm not the person you should follow, because your heart is not in the right place. Money is in your heart, not to teach and uplift the people and change their difficulties. And that's what you have to understand. The first time that you see a person and that they want just money, you have to put your eyes up and understand that, you know what, this person ain't about feeding my brain. This person is about feeding their habits. See, support and money is going to come when you do it righteously. But when you out here primarily for money, you will get exposed for who you are. You will get exposed for who you are. If you have a mindset that you out here to teach people and speak the truth of the Most High, then you will be rewarded. But if your main focus is trying to manipulate our community for money, then you are going to fail. Because eventually the people are going to wake up to your fuckery. Eventually the people are going to stick their chest out and realize that you are a false prophet. You can only sell hopes and dreams for so long, and a person will wake up. It doesn't matter how slow people really are. Happy birthday to peace to the gods. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to this indigenous brother. Happy birthday to you, my brother. 40 years old is an accomplishment. You are growing. You are getting to the stage of your life. You are in the prime of your life, indigenous one. You are, trust me, you are in the prime of your life. I'm 45 years old. You only going to get better. You're only going to get better. And I want people to understand, Tony is in the house. Good morning. On the morning session, wake up call with Peanut Nula 504. We're talking Umar Johnson. We're talking about his fraud ass of 10 years of where's the school at? 10 years. He buy a facility that is deplorable. He buys a facility that is deplorable. Deplorable. And I don't think he really bought the facility. I think he just lied. You know, the man is just full of lies, full of lies, full of lies. And I tell you this as a nation of people, we are waking up, and we cannot allow a man like this to go unknown, because there are going to be others. Simone in a house. There are going to be others that come behind him. There are going to be others. I'm telling you, the world is a copycat world. The world is a copycat world. They have people who live off of you. They have people that bamboozles you because of you whatever situation you have been into. You got to understand that melanated black people are tired. We're mourning for somebody to lead us. We're mourning for somebody to do right by us. We're mourning to have somebody to be righteous and not manipulate us. And we're tired of the people, instead of teaching us, they're leeching off of us. Instead of teaching us, they are leeching off of us. And we're not going to stand it no more as a nation of people. We're going to call out the fuckery. If you see me change, I expect you to call out my fuckery. But if anybody knows Peanut Nola 504, Peanut Nola 504 will call his own self out before anybody can call me out. Because everything starts with you. You may not know you up and then that you're ending up in fuckery. Don't let your ego overtake your message. Don't let your ego overtake your message. You are not bigger than the Most High. This is the problem with our people. You are gods, but you are not the God. We let our ego, we let our ego take over, and we think that we are bigger than people, and we're not. That we bleed the same blood as our brothers and sisters. We bleed the same blood. We make mistakes as our brothers and sisters do. We are only human beings. And if you look at these people as gods and goddess, then you expect for failure. Expect failure because they can never be the God. We got so many people who want to talk about being conscious, being a part of a conscious community sector, but not really conscious. Don't know what consciousness is. Don't know what consciousness is, but want to be in conscious communities. Not teaching nothing, not learn. You're not even benefit. If you've been a part of a group and you have not learned something, then you need to evaluate yourself on who you're listening to. If you've been listening to a group of people for a couple of months now, and you have not grown and you have not learned anything from that person is not helping you. And everything that you learning from that person is negativity. There's nothing that that person is teaching you. Then that person is no good to you. If you can't sit there and think about what you have learned from somebody, and you have not grown from somebody's message, that person platform is not what you should be listening to. Everything in life is not about drama. Everything in life is not about drama. You have to learn from somebody. You cannot evolve to the person that you need to be if you cannot learn from someone. I didn't come. See, somebody told me, why did you pick aborigine? Why did you can have so many more views? You can have so much more peanut nola. Why you just keep talking about bringing people together? If you talk negative, you can get so many more followers. You can be way over 1,000. Why do you do what you do? Because I have to be consistent. I'm here for my nation of people. My message may not be for everybody. If I think about views and I think about subscribers, then I'm not good to you. I'm not good to you. I shouldn't be here if I'm only concerned about subscribers and views. If I'm not worrying about my message, then I should not be out here on this platform trying to teach people. I cannot stray away from my message. I told people, if you don't like what I'm teaching, you need to find somebody else. You have to find somebody else's platform to follow, because I'm going to uplift my ancestors, uplift my nation of people. Because yes, the ancestors talk to me. Yes, I don't know what I'm going to say half of the time I come on this platform. I don't know. The ancestors come through my voice. And they speak through me. So sometimes when you hear me raising my voice, sometimes when you hear me uplift my spirit, it's not me talking, it's the ancestors that talks through me. And I want you guys to understand that you don't have to have drama to have a great message. You don't have to fill every sector with drama to have a great message. You just got to be you, and people will come. You just got to be you. You don't have to sell hopes and dreams and lie to the people. You just got to be you and let the ancestors speak through you. You don't have to be like everybody else. You just got to be you. And people will see you for who you are. You don't have to brainwash people. You don't have to manipulate people, lie to people, be something that you're not. Because that's what we have. We got people who want to be like somebody else. I can never be like my brother, World News. I can never be like my brother, Wahagni. My brother, Dane Calloway. I can never be like my sister, Fundi Fee. I can never be like other great conscious community people. I can only be Peanut Nola 504. These are great channels, but I can't be like them. Because my message ain't for everyone. You gotta be who you are. Because this is what happens to us. We want to get caught up into bigger channels, people who are doing it, who have been working their tails off to get where they need to get, who have been doing it, who have been putting in this work for a very long time. But if you want to grow, you have to be you. You have to be you. You cannot get in a sector wanting to be somebody else. Real Talk TV in the house. And this is what I want you guys to understand, that I have to, when I do it, the day you don't see me not passionate no more, the day you see me not raising my voice, the day I should not be out here teaching. Because I would not be me without raising my voice. I would not be me, because the Most High say make a joyful noise. And you have to speak out loud so the message can be heard. And I want you guys to understand that I didn't come and I never will come for everybody. Because I had Mongoloids coming here. I had white Indians coming here and criticize me because they wanted to be a part of the team, and I had no problem with them being a part of the team, but their hearts got upset because I was criticizing the $5 Indian, because I was calling out the fuckery. And I want you guys to understand, when you call out the fuckery, everybody, just because they hear me hollering and screaming and hearing me speech out, basically preach out loud, then everybody wants to be a part of the feel good thing, but it may not be for everybody. We had a lady that could not believe, she came into our sector and she had good intentions. She wanted to support me, and I told her, if you want to support me and you're white, you're welcome. I have no problem with white people supporting me, but remember that I may say something insensitive. I may talk about the oppression, and she was asking me, how could black people be oppressed? She didn't understand how black people could be oppressed. And if I got to teach you how black people have been oppressed in America, then, where have you been? Where have you been, sister? Where have you been in this world? Where have you been in this world? Every day of our life, we are oppressed. In some capacity, we are oppressed. We still got people who are justifying us dying in the street, who are justifying melanated indigenous people. I can't even get from square one to I just can't understand that when I talk to people and I'm talking to my indigenous people, and I'm trying to let you know you were something before Africa, before they start calling you Africans. Because I try to give you dialogue, how you the only nation of people that have been called several names. You have been called several names. You're the only people that went from being called Indian to being called color, to being called Moor, to being called Negro, to being called African American, mulatto. You have so many names that has been called to you. So many different things. They have reclassified you several times. They have told you that you were something else. And all along, you was the original people of America. All along, you have been the original person of America. But they want you to be something else. They want you to be something else. King Q in the house. They want you to be something else. But your history is far more greater than slavery. Your history did not start with slavery. And we got these Sambos who keep on huttering around 400 years. Where were you before 400 years? Who were you before 400 years? Where were your ancestors? Where was your ancestors at? Where were you? Your life, your history did not start with slavery. They want you to be a slave. They want your mind to dwell on slavery. We're the only people that they keep making African movies about, slavery movies about. Aren't you tired of 12 years of slavery? Aren't you tired of Roots? Aren't you tired of Django? Aren't you tired of all of them making our people look weak? Aren't you tired of it? Aren't you tired of every great movie that our actors and our actresses get in? It has to be a movie of slavery. There's a better story than slavery when it comes down to our people. There's a better message to our people that needs to be told, that we were the true Indians of this land. Aren't you tired of these people always lingering to us colors as slaves? These butt-licking Negroes out here who are portraying so-called leaders, who are leading you straight to hell. These so-called leaders, Umar Johnson, building schools that ain't built, leading our people into darkness, taking money from the community, and supporting his own crack addiction. You know the man on crack, but you're constantly giving him donations because he speaks good. Some of you women get turned on from a man that speaks good. But a wise man speaks the truth. A fool speaks darkness. A wise man speaks the truth. A fool speaks darkness. A fool can look good to you. A fool can talk good out his mouth. But a fool can lead you in the wrong direction. He gets on here. Umar scamming people, Hakeem. Oh, he's been scamming people. But because he's a big guy and he speak great ways, he have great ways of talking. He have great ways of articulating his words. And he pulls in a lot of people. But is Umar Johnson good for our people? Hell no. Is he good for our people? Hell no. You got all these people telling us to go back to Africa and we can get our own, we can do this and do that and do this. And they're the first ones that's not going back to Africa. Brother Polite is from Africa. All you people don't know that man is from Africa, born and raised in Africa. But you don't see his ass going back to Africa. All these sectors, all these guys that are manipulating us, all these guys that are manipulating us up in this conscious community sector have an agenda. Have an agenda. What are you in it for? What are you in it for? Why are you here on YouTube? What is your purpose to be on YouTube? What is your purpose to be talking to our people? What is your purpose? What are you here for? My message have always been what it is, to spread the truth about the black man in America and the black woman in America. That we are not the slaves. We are not your slave. We are not your slave. So I don't know who told you that we were your slave, but we are not your slave. And we are not your Negro. We are indigenous to this land. We are the aborigine people of this land. And people get upset because I want to claim this land, a land that I was born on, the soil that I was born on. I want to be an immigrant in the country that I was born. You want to be an immigrant? There's money that is owed to our people that we will never get because they know who we are. And if they had to pay us out, we could bankrupt this country. That's how much money that is owed to melanated black people. They owe us more than you know. They're giving casinos to $5 Indians. They're paying off all these other people, but they won't give us reparation. They will never give us reparation because they know that it's too much has been taken from us. Our farmlands. Statistics shows that black farmers have been taken, all the land, our black farmers' land been taken away from them. We have very few black farmers out there. Land has just been taken away from them. I'm going to write a book. Where were you before slavery? I'm writing a book called Where Were You Before Slavery? Where were your ancestors before slavery? Because it just didn't start in these modern times. It just didn't start in the 30s and 400 years. Your history, your origin, who you are, did not start during slavery. So we gotta get beyond all this stuff. Real Talk TV, I love your channel, sister. I love your channel. You keep doing what you're doing. Your message will grow. Peace to the gods, Indigenous Blues. You got an awesome channel. My brother King in the house. Sister Gandhi in the house. Tony, my brother Tony, Chief Tony is in the house. I want you guys to keep on keeping on, because let me tell you, and old son is always one of my most loyal. And I can sit here and tell you guys, you keep doing what you're doing. When I watch old son channel, she's always planning. She's always planning. She's always growing plants. She's always dealing with basically with everything that has to do with nature. Everything that has to do with nature, she's dealing with. When we as a nation of people, we have to understand that when you take the trees, and I want you guys to understand, I've been talking about the trees. People think I'm crazy, but when you when we allow these people who are pulling from our trees and they are not replanting, they don't understand the defense mechanism. This is why we have COVID-19. This is why so much diseases, flus, and all this stuff is coming around because we're pulling away from our defense mechanism. Okay, our trees, we have to regrow. We have to, if you taken from trees to build houses, we have to replant trees. We have to replant our defense mechanism. Marshlands in Louisiana are fading away off the map. Louisiana is dying. When you look at the state of Louisiana, they are going underwater because of the marshlands. Okay, you have to look at America. Uh, um, Atlanta's, Louisiana will be just like the city of Atlantis. Okay, it will be underwater. I believe in the Pan African theory. A lot of my indigenous people don't believe in it, but I believe in the Pan African. I mean, the continents were connected in Pangea. I do believe that we were able to walk over in Muse. I believe in the puzzle of the world. But as far as Umar Johnson goes, this man has been bamboozling and Lord Jamal, like I said, the brother really came on strong. He really came on strong, and I was so proud to see a brother that really was calling this man for the fuckery that he is. We have to call out these people who are spreading untruth about who we are. This man here talking about the Pan African is Pan African to make everything black. He's telling you, he's teaching you how separation and all this other stuff. These people, them kind of people right there, are what you call agents. What the government allow. The government allow people like this. Tanya Lord in the house. Tanya Lord. The government allow psycho folks like this. It's like they allow Nature Boy to go around and manipulating these psycho people out there in the tropics. The government are allowing people like Umar Johnson around. I want you guys to understand. Umar Johnson should have been arrested years ago. He should have been arrested years ago. And what we don't understand, people like Umar Johnson, Nature Boy, who's around here allowing his children, his son, to touch his penis, a man who has had sex with multiple women, who has mental illness, who has had sex with multiple men, they let these agents stay around. These kind of agents are able to stay around on social media. A person like me, my videos are being censored. When I speak against these people, you may not see these videos no more. You may not see these videos no more. Because I tell people hit the bell, I tell people hit the like button. They don't understand that I would be out there. There are so many people that don't even know nothing about Peanut Nola 504. And only a small sector of people know who I am. But they don't want to hear righteous people talk. They don't want to hear righteous people talk. They want to see negativity. Them people get to stay. That's what sells. What sells on social media is sick people. Sick people who are destroying the conscious community. Who see, they're allowed to destroy our indigenous people. They're allowed to lie and in them sectors. Brother Polite, all these people on the Sonata TV are allowed to stay on because they are going to corrupt our people. These people are going to get the views. These people are going to be who they are because these people they will censor people like me. They'll stop people like me from getting out there. But the only way that I will be heard is my following. The only way I can be heard is through my following. I'm not afraid of these people. I would debate anybody. But that my message will never get out there because I talk too much about us coming together. I am not about dividing. Jonah's car in the house. And I want you guys to understand that. I am not about dividing our people, but I'm out here to expose the fuckery. I'm out here to expose the fuckery. Somebody told me, man, you at you at 862. You got 862 people that follow you. I said, I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I said, all praises go to the Most High. I'm thankful for the people that are subscribed to me. I am very thankful. And I want to tell you, if I haven't told you before, thank you again, and thank you again. Because I am nothing without you. We got a lot of these people who get ego about numbers. They get so egotistic about numbers. But if I was a person who had 20 subscribers and I was still out here preaching, I'm good with them 20 subscribers. I'm good with people, that's 20 more than somebody else might have. And I want you guys to, let's get away from the numbers. I want the support just like anybody else do. But if I did anything, I want you guys to hear that I speak only in truth. There's nothing I'm going to do to try to scam you. I'm an open book. I don't mind telling you who I am. I have people who know who I am on this channel. My brother Q know who I am on this channel. Everybody may not know who I am, but as you get to learn who I am, you will see that I am very consistent. Sister Gandhi has always had my back. Sister Gandhi always around. That's one of my loyal followers, Sister Gandhi. Sister Gandhi is always a loyal follower. Peace to the God. I mean, what can I say about this guy on his birthday? What can I say about a great man who is a great father? How many times we talk about a great man and a great father? Instead of tearing our brothers down, let's talk about the ones that is taking care of their kids. Let's talk about the ones who are great to their family. And this is one of them. This is one of them. And I want you guys to understand that a man is nothing without his woman. A man is nothing without a strong, melanated, indigenous woman. It's nothing without her. So as we tear down people, you better be ready to lift them back up. And I want you guys to never look down on a man unless you're going to lift them up. And that's what I want you guys to understand, that we are all weak vessels. If it comes a time where my ego gets out of hand, I need you guys to put my ego in check. Because we are all weak vessels. You are a man. I am a man. You are a woman. And they are women out there. Umar Johnson message, I'm pretty much sure that in the beginning, he probably had great intentions. His lordship in the house, for those who follow me, please follow this brother, his lordship. This man here has a great channel. It's another brother that has a great channel. I'm pretty much sure brother Umar had great intentions in the beginning. He had great intentions, but he led himself with lust and his power, realizing that these people were throwing money at him, and he became something that he become a monster in the conscious community. He become a monster. Okay, so don't ever let your ego take over where you think that you so better than than the people who follow you. I hate when a person think that they got so much subscribers to where they got to be so disrespectful to the people that follow them. I am honored, and I will never disrespect the people that follow me. I am so thankful for the people that follow me. But I want you guys to understand that we will never change our circumstances. We will never change our circumstances until we stop listening to the fuckery. Till we stop donating to the fuckery. When will we learn? When will we learn as a nation of people? When will we learn and see the difference that a black man can hurt you just as much as a white man can? When will you learn that these people can hurt you as much as a white man can? That Sambo is just as dangerous as your master. That Sambo is just as dangerous as your oppressor. Sambo said, Master, I heard you were sick, Master. Master, I heard that you were sick, Master. I'm sick too. I'm sick because you sick, Master. I'm sick because you sick, Master. Not because I'm, excuse me, not because I'm sick, because you sick, Master. That's the dangerous. That's the dangerous black man. That he will fall down sick even when he's not sick. Just to please his oppressor. Just to please his beloved white man. And then his ego gets so big. So when Master passes away and he inherits the land of what Master gave him, when he inherits what Master gave him, he still treats his others like he's the slave master. I want you guys to understand that. The most dangerous man in the world is not the white man. It's your black brothers and sisters. Candace Owens out there buck licking. The dangerous man in the world is the black man. Because we would not be oppressed if we wouldn't be so weak. We would not be oppressed if we wasn't so weak. We still got people from generations and generations and generations in Alabama and Mississippi and Louisiana that still loving their man, their master, and afraid, very afraid, still afraid. They'll talk behind their master's back, but when master leave, they're talking. They're still talking. When master leave, they're still talking. But they will not talk in front of their oppressor the way they'll talk to you. They will not talk in front of their oppressor the way they would talk to you. Yes, Tony. Chief Tony, that's what they are, Chief Tony. That's what they are. They be right amongst you, taking you down. You wonder why you lost your job. You're wondering why you lost your damn job. You're wondering why you lost your job. You lost your job because, you know, old Hazley or whatever his name, Buck Johnson, then told on your ass. He done told on your ass. Buck Johnson, butt licking Johnson, then told on your ass to the master. But you wonder why you lost your job. Butt licking Johnson. The dangerous man in the world is our own man. Because we can't come together. There's nowhere in the world we should not be a powerful team. And shout out to the brother that's out there leading all these black brothers out there, his name Grandmaster Jay. But we need more than just Grandmaster Jay. We need all of us. We need all of us as one big unit to come together. But you never, ever, ever, and keep this in mind, you never let your oppressor know your move. You never let your oppressor know your move. That was one of the worst things that the black, that's what happened to the Black Panthers. They knew every move that we were making. See, we gotta keep getting getting our own do things in silence. We don't have to be all out there on social media or letting people find out what the hell we doing. That's the problem now. We are sitting there letting the white man know our every move. And I told these, I said, white people think that we don't have guns. White people think that we don't have guns. They're trying to scare tactic us, scare us. They don't think that we have guns. See, we get comfortable in our skin. We get comfortable in our lives. We love our jobs. We love our life. We get comfortable and we are not prepared for slaughter because we're comfortable. You don't teach your children how to shoot. You don't teach your kids how to grow their own food as a nation of people. You're not prepared for war. When the lights go out, where will you be? When the lights, your water go out with the stuff that you rely on every day because you're sucked in with social media, where will you be? But you're talking about war. You're talking about what you're going to do, what your mouth say. That's right, Tony. That's right, Tony. You got to do what are you prepared for when the lights go out? When you're inside darkness, what are you prepared to do? When the food crisis is going to start, when you can't go to the grocery store, when I can't deliver to your local grocery store, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? What are you going to do as a nation of people? When are you going to start working on growing your greens and your cabbage, your tomatoes? When are you working on it? What are you waiting for? Because time is not waiting for you. Your oppressor is ahead of you. But you're waiting on white Jesus. You're waiting on white Jesus. You're waiting on white Jesus. He ain't coming for you. White Jesus ain't coming for you. What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for as a nation of people? I can only give you hope and examples, but you got to take it to the next level as a nation of people. People who follow me on Instagram, as I try to lead and show my life, even on Instagram, I try to show people how I'm an open book. I show people my family when they come to my Instagram. I show people what I do, or I cook, or how I live my life. Because I don't want you people to be thinking that I'm something that I'm not. I'm a hardworking man who works for 4 kids and a wife. I don't come on social media to be to be up on under somebody else's woman. I come here to build with my nation of people. I don't get distracted. I don't need distractions because I got to stay militant in my mind and stay focused on leading my people. Because we will lose ourselves. We will lose ourselves. Some of you guys came on social media with great intentions, but then all of a sudden you saw the beautiful women on social media and then you got distracted. You got distracted from the message. You got distracted from what you should be teaching. You're in somebody's DM trying to find out where they live. Brown eyes nurse in the house. You got distracted from the message that you should be teaching, because that's what happened to Umar Johnson. Umar Johnson saw the ladies coming in his inbox. And it was the ladies who were supporting Umar Johnson for his school. It was the ladies who were sleeping with Umar Johnson. And he took off the focus off the message and wanted more than just what he was teaching. That's the greed of man. That's the greed of man. Man get greedy and man get wasteful. Temptation kills our community. Temptation kills our message. Your message was to teach the nation of people, and you got distracted on what people, because you saw these pretty faces come at you. That you couldn't stay focused. You couldn't stay in line. You couldn't do it. You just couldn't do it. You couldn't do it. Polite walking around with multiple wives. Now, these men, I never understood these men. I never understood these men. You always got to watch a man who has multiple women. A man who has multiple women that can't be trusted. Insecurity with his own self. A man who has multiple women cannot be trusted. Because one black queen is not strong. He's not strong enough to handle one black queen. These people trying to take you back in the past. And they're not trying to evolve you in the future. They're not trying to evolve you. Chief Tony said that Umar allows black Jesus to overwhelm him, and that's what took him down. That's right. That's right. Everything about Umar is black, 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 and black only. Walking around here thinking he an African. Don't look nothing like an African, but he really believe he African. Walking around thinking he Kuta Kinte around here, Shaka Zulu. I don't know what the frick he think he is. But he got that big wide ass nose like the Ahmed. Don't look nothing like an African. You got Nigerians, you got Africans out here that's telling you that you are not a part of their tribe. That's telling you you're not from Africa, but you want to be a part of Africa. You want to go to the motherland, but the motherland don't want you to come. Embarrassment to our people. Embarrassment. You guys are unique people. When I see your avatars, when I get a chance to see some of you guys in person, you guys when you see how unique you are just some unique people. You're copper. Go get you a penny. Take that penny and put it to your skin, and you would understand that you are copper melanated people. Your tribe is different. You are different people. People copy you. They copy the way you dance. They copy the way you talk. They copy the way you walk. Claiming something that they're not. Going around trying to say power to the people. I remember back in 1989, because I'm old enough to remember when Jesse Messi Jackson passed the law for us to be African, or when he passed the law for us to change from Negro to being African. When they passed that law, I remember all the flags. I remember all the African flags. I remember the African medallion. Everybody was going through a phase. Everybody was going through a phase. And everybody was screaming, Africa this, Africa that, Africa, Africa, Africa. And I told people then, I said, you know what? You know what? We were Negro first, but now we African. Everything in life has to be questioned. Everything that you hear has to be questioned. Everything that you hear from me has to be questioned. You question everything that you hear. And you do your research. You question these people who sitting up here are splitting off game to you. Question it. Just like you should question white Jesus, you need to question everything that has been told to you. It's crazy that you don't want to have your own identity in life. It's crazy that we tell you that you are this country, that Turtle Island belongs to you, and you get mad with us because you want to be connected to another land that does not want to be connected to you. You get mad because we said that you was the first on this land. You get mad at people like us. How could you tell us that? Because in the cowboy movies, it gives you an image. Hollywood give you an image on what people should look like. They have brainwashed you of watching things on television, telling you that the Egyptians were white people, when all along that them Egyptians was the land of the black face. That all the mummies were black people. The cowboy movies, you run around and you see these people on horses, and they got the fighting the cowboys, the Indians, well, they're walking around, and you look at these white-looking people, and you like, okay, they're the Indians, but not all alone. You didn't question nothing. That in the Trail of Tears, they said that all the Indians had died. That they told you all the melanated Indians had died. They ain't tell you that the people that they put on TV were called Mongoloids. They ain't told you that them people came from Asia. There's no disrespect to them people. There's no disrespect to them people. I'm only telling the truth. That them people are not the original people of America. They'll benefit off of that name. That the copper-skinned person that they even had the football team. They call them the Washington football team right now. Even them people know that the Indian people look like copper color people. They were black people. But we can't tell simple-minded people that, because they believe in the science of a white man. They believe in what their oppressor is teaching them. They won't hear nothing that I'm telling you. They won't believe the things that I'm telling you. They won't do their own research. Before there was white, in every civilization, there were black first. You go around, they got Nefertiti going around. You run around, they talking around Nefertiti was a white woman. And we knew clear as day that the woman was black. So why would you think that they would tell you the truth about you being Indian? Why would they tell you the truth that you are original Indian? Why would they tell you that? They don't want you to know who you are. You know how much money that they would have to owe you for knowing that? I keep telling you guys, even Donald Trump called us Indian. They look more like Indians to me. Even Donald Trump acknowledged when he was talking about Warren, when Warren was going around talking about she's from the Pocahontas tribe, knowing damn well she was a white woman and she's a $5 Indian, knowing damn well she had no Indian blood. Elizabeth Warren was going around saying that she was a Native American, knowing damn well she was not a Native American. $5 Indian, $5 Indian, $5 Indian. And that's what it is. Manipulation, reclassification of our people, erasing us as a nation of people. They have erased us for too long on this earth plane. And we are not going to stand no more for it. We have been erased. And aren't you tired of being erased? Aren't you tired of not existing on this earth plan when you know that you are the original man and woman of this earth plan? Are you tired? Are you tired of these people lying about who we are as a nation of people? Deceiving us. Our grandparents told us when we were young, we have Indian in our bloodline. We ignored it. Your grandmother told you you had Indian in your bloodline. You ignored it. But you listened to your damn teacher who brought in roots, telling you that Christopher Columbus discovered something that people were already here. But we listened to what our oppressor, they put us in a militant classroom. Put you in one divided line up the shortest to the tall, like military. You don't really realize that, but that's the truth. It's a form of control, a form of control. They put you in these classrooms to control everything that you do when you go to the restroom. Control everything that when you eat, when you go to the restaurant, that is militant. And if you don't see it, you are lost. Them people know who you are. You walking around with Jackson on the back of your name. You walking around with Johnson on the back of your name. You walking around with all of your oppressors on the back of your name. You was not born with that. Your ancestors was not born with that name. It was forced upon you. Your language stripped away. Your true language, your true identity of yourself has been stripped away. Yes, they don't want us to know if this is our land. They want to keep deceiving us. They want us to keep watching the Roots movies. Alex Haley. When you watch you can find Confederate history. You can find the Titanic history. But you can't find slave ships. You can't find slave ships. And if you find the slave ships, they're not here. They're not here. And I want you guys to understand that if we were all enshackled on a ship, and you didn't even take the time to think about what would happen if you sailed from Africa to America, what would happen? You didn't think about, they didn't have no restrooms back then. So if you were in shackles, you would have been shitting and pissing on yourself, which would have caused a major disease. See, they didn't talk about the women that would have been having their own administration, that would have been having their periods. It would have been a mess on that boat. So you telling me with the lack of water, the lack of resources, that these people would have survived such a ride, that all them slaves would have made it to America? I don't know who you fooling, because we are now in the social media era. I don't know who you fooling. You cannot fool us no more. We can no longer be fooled by your books. We can no longer be fooled by your history. Cave dweller. You talk so much about our history, but cave dweller, do you talk about your own? Everybody has a tribe, but the oppressor. Everybody has a tribe, but the oppressor. Did they tell you that some, not all, were born with tails? They call you a monkey. They call you a monkey. Some, not all, was born with a mutation. Some was born with a tail, walking around like a dog or a cat. That's not in your bloodline. That is not in your bloodline. They say that they claim that we were not human. Original Copper, Empress in the house. Those follow that channel, man. That's a fire channel. But I want you guys to understand that. I want you guys to understand that. They call us monkeys. They're always making fun, saying that we eat watermelon. Watermelon is one of the most purest fruits. It's a hydration fruit. They're the main ones eat the watermelon. You come to the South, I see more white people eating watermelon than I see black people eating watermelon. But they like to make fun of us, talking about we eat watermelon. You're going around watching your little kids running behind the ice cream truck. You got them running behind that ice cream truck. And the racist white song, niggas eating watermelon. That's the name of the song. Nigga eating a watermelon. You gotta. I don't make this up. Go on and Google the guy. The watermelon song, the ice cream song is the watermelon song. It is what it is. It is what it is. This is what we've been oppressed to. Our kids been running to these people. And we don't understand. We are now learning about our history. We are learning about who we really are, and we have to do our research. I didn't know the watermelon, the ice cream song was called the watermelon song. I had no idea that was a racist song. I used to run behind the ice cream truck as a young kid. I would run behind that ice cream truck. Didn't know that was a nigger song, that there was a racist song. I had no idea that song was racist. But as I woke up and I started doing research, I understand that all along I was running behind a racist song. And that's what I want you guys to understand that. Grand rising, grand rising. I want you guys to understand that these people will do so much to degrade us as a nation of people. So much to make us look silly as a nation of people. But we are waking up to the fuckery. We are waking up to the fuckery. We are no longer your Negro. We are no longer your nigger. We are no longer your, you can't do it to us no more. Fundi Fee in the house. Please subscribe to Fundi Fee. And I want you guys to understand this. And we got men out here that are so feminine. And you wonder why the women are the way that they are. They have to take charge because we got so many feminine men, feminine energies. But you wonder why women are leading men. You wonder why. You can't lead. You ain't capable of leading. You can't even, you can't even put deodorant on your goddamn arms. You don't even wash your damn balls, but you want to be somebody's leader. You can't even lead in your own damn house, but you want to be somebody's leader. You're putting on your woman's feminine deodorant because you are a broken man. And broken men do broken things. Broken men do broken things. And that's what I want you guys to understand. Broken men do broken things. Mike Harris here, he said, I'm listening. I'm white. I believe in movement. I've been researching Native American Aborigine for a few years, and now the evidence is undeniable. Wow. At Turtle Island was wow. And let me tell you something, Mike. This is what I want you guys to understand. We have white followers that follow us all the time. We don't have no problem with white followers. Matter of fact, not all white people are who I describe. We have some white people that are very woke, and like I said, even during slavery times, where people don't understand, we had white people who died with us. We had white people who died for the cause with us, and we have white people who are marching with us to this day. So I'm talking about the people who are continuously oppressing. We're not talking about the good white folks. We're talking about the oppressing white folks, because we got white folks who are in captivity of their own, who are in their own, that a lot of people don't talk about. We have a lot of trailer trash out there. They got a lot of poor white people that continuously support their oppressor. Okay, they're being oppressed also. Okay, so we're not against all white people. We're against the oppressing white people. Okay, so I want, but thank you so much for tuning in. But back to what I want to tell you. I said, I want you guys to understand that we got so many dangers, and this is why I was telling people. I said, a lot of you guys to understand. I started the show off with Umar Johnson, and Lord Jamar calling the brother out. And I want you guys to understand that we, as a nation of people, have to understand, I call every nation out. I call I call our own people out. Damn it. I call our own people out. Last time I looked, Umar was a black man. So me, I want you to understand, it ain't just about white people. The destruction is ourselves. We can't expect another race of people to love us if we don't love ourselves. We can't expect another race of people to respect us if we keep murdering ourselves. But I'm going to call out the fuckery of white people. I'm going to call out the fuckery of black people. There's not a race of people that cannot be touched. And I want you guys to understand that. There's not a race of people that cannot be touched. You got Africans carrying around their leader on their back, colonized, walking around with Chung Lee, carrying Chung Lee, being colonized by the white man, but got a nerve to turn their backs and put their lips up at indigenous people. For too long, we have heard nothing but dirt towards us. It ain't just white people. You got Mexican people out here who looks down to us. Yeah, Cardi B, we good enough to screw a black man. She's good enough to screw a black man. But she'll call our black sisters nappy heads. And I want people to understand that. Cardi B want to be down with us when she needs her records, when she needs her records sold, and when she needs some dick in her life. And it's the truth. It's the truth. But she talks down on the black man. She talks down on the black woman. And these people will be exposed. You can't call one without the other. You can't you can't have one without the other, because one thing about me, you gotta call a spade a spade. When you see fuckery, you gotta call out fuckery. You gotta call it what it is. And us as a nation of people, we're not gonna stand for the fuckery no more. I have nothing against white people, Spanish people, none of these people. I just want my people to understand who they are in this place. I want my people to understand who they are in this sector. I want people to understand who we are. That we are not thugs. That everything about us is not to be threatened. People are so threatened by us. Not all, but most people are threatened by black melanated people. Scared of us. They're trying to erase our men and our women, especially our men, so we can't reproduce. The black man is the most dangerous man on earth, and I am not talking about and I want you guys to understand, I am not talking about as far as being out here killing people. That's not the danger I'm talking about. It's talking about reproduction. You mean artificial Mexicans? They are Latino from Rome, and I'm glad Chief came on here. I'm glad you're out the bushes, Chief. Please follow our Chief Flemings, you guys. Please, a very wise man who knows history. Okay, and I had I did a thing about the war from Chicago versus Chicago versus the black people in Chicago, the Mexicans and the blacks, and these people came on there. These people came on, and it was crazy. These people had so much to say about melanated black people. Said we're not indigenous. It was the Mexicans. They had so much hate. That video is almost 3K. It's almost 3K. And I want you guys to understand that it's almost up to 3K. And nothing but spear hate. I couldn't believe so many Mexicans that hate black people. I cannot believe so many Mexicans that hate black people. I never knew it. And yes, they have some black Mexicans that love black people, but I couldn't believe the ones that did. Now you almost in the worst circumstances as we are, and they hate us. It's crazy. It's crazy. It is what it is. But just like Chief said, Chief gonna tell it like it is. I tell people, never get your ego so big where you can't be corrected. Never get your ego so big where somebody can't come in your chat and correct your ass. I want you guys to understand that. So if a chief come in here and tell me something that I misquote, I'm gonna sit back and say thank you for addressing that. Okay, that's just the way it is. I don't take offense. I am not weak-hearted, feminine-minded. I'm just not that way. I'm not built that way. Okay, so anybody can come on here if they feel like I say something out of line. You can definitely correct me. I will not boot your ass out long as you're respectful to me. I'm definitely respectful to you. Where you been, Black America? What's up, my brother? Radio in the house. I just want you guys to understand that what we're building, nobody can take away from us. What we're building, nobody can take away from us. Umar Johnson is exposed for who he is. It does not take somebody 10 years to build a school. It does not take 10 years and you got all them thousands of dollars from your melanated people. It doesn't take all them years to build a school. And he didn't even refurnish the school that he bought for cheap. So it is what it is. It is what it is. We gotta sit there and hold these demons accountable. Whether they black, white, green, brown, we gotta hold them accountable because the most dangerous man in the conscious community is a black man. The most dangerous man in the conscious community is a black man. I want you guys to understand that. The most dangerous man in the conscious community is a black man. Because he is the closest, he's involved with us, and we are the destruction to ourselves. We are the destruction to ourselves. We are feeding our own people. We are feeding our own people. And when you feed too much, watch what you feed because it can be bad food. It can be bad food. Stop supporting Umar Johnson. We got to come together and stop supporting people who are destroying our community. Let's stop giving this man the views. Let's stop giving this man our attention until he can come up with a school. Let's ignore Umar Johnson because you are not relevant no more, Umar. You're not relevant no more. It's time to shut these people down. Chief said, with all that takes that fake stuff on, Carly B looks like a man. Carly B does look like a man. She looks like one of them trans. She does look like a trans. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It's certain. It's a century of lies told to you. You're from Africa. Tell the other natives and the mixed Indians that they're better because they are lighter. Now there is division and hate. Wow, wow, Mr. Mike, you could not say that better. You could not say no better because the funny thing is that I was when I did the research and I understand when there were so many melanated black Indians that were enslaved. That were enslaved. A lot of people don't understand. Some of us was enslaved, some of us was not enslaved, but there were a lot of black Indians that were enslaved, and they would just blend them in with a small group of Africans that came over. And they told us that we were all slaves. And the funny thing is, I'm trying to uplift our people to let them know, where were you before slavery? Where were you before slavery? And that's what I want you guys to understand. We were somewhere before slavery. Where were we? because it does not add up. Every time they talk about so-called African Americans, they put your ass in West Africa. Don't know where, but they put your ass in West Africa. They don't know what part of West Africa, but they just say you're in West Africa. Your DNA can't go back that far. You can't take blood from a person, an existing person right now, and take it back to Africa. They're making so much money off of us. So much money off of us. Christine Bradley in the house. What up, sister? Christine Bradley is in the house. And I want you guys to understand that. Tulsa, Oklahoma, when you pick yourself up by the bootstraps, when you pick yourself, we had doctors, we had surgeons, we had lawyers, but America dropped bombs on our progress. America dropped bombs on our progress. But they want you to pick yourself up by the bootstraps. They want you to rely on government assistance. You go from the Democrat Party, from you go from the Republican Party, from Jim Crow to the Democrat Party for KKK. These parties don't fit your agenda. These people do not fit your agenda. The policies do not fit your agenda. Republicans or Democrats do not fit your agenda. You have two parties that have been flip-flopping throughout centuries. Mitch McConnell, a long-time Democrat before he became Republican. These people can't be trusted. I don't condone Biden or Trump. I don't condone Biden or Trump. These are the same people who have been bamboozling our nation of people. We have to come up with our own political party. You think that you have the same rights as the whites. You think you still believe that the Constitution was written for you. You believe that Constitution was written for you. There was not a black man in that in Congress at that time. There was not a black man helping to pass some laws. They didn't even see you as fit as a human being. But you think that Constitution, them gun laws in Florida, stand your ground law, it was stand against a nigger. That's what the stand your ground law is. It says stand against a nigger. Let you shoot somebody in self-defense and see you get out. You could be like George Zimmerman. George Zimmerman can go kill and murder a young man like he can. And holler, stand your ground laws. You go do the same thing and see if you get out of there. Now just let you go see. Go see what laws protect you. Because they give you a gun, that doesn't mean that they give you a right. Because you can buy a gun, that doesn't mean you have the same rights. We have to change these laws that fit us. Put in people that think like us. Because these laws are not fit for us. Lady Solo in the house. One of my great loyal supporters. Lady Solo. Tanya Lloyd in the house. I want you guys to understand this. I want you to understand these things that's coming out of my mouth. I want you guys to understand that the passion that I speak, I'm going to tell it like it is. My message may not be for everybody because I didn't come for everybody. And I appreciate the one white man that's in here dialoguing with us and not getting offended. He's understanding what we're talking about and not getting offended on what I'm saying. He's actually hearing me instead of see, that's what's wrong with people today. They hear people hollering, but they don't hear the message. It's one thing to hear somebody raise their voice, but you're not listening. I don't hate no white people. I don't hate nobody. I'm trying to uplift my people. Sioux Nation in the house. What's up? Let me tell you, if you guys follow me, you gotta follow this channel. I'm telling you, one of the hottest out there. One of the hottest out there. And I want you guys to understand that. And real recognize real. Real recognize real. We get up in here and we, as a nation of people, we got people who depend on us, going through hard times in their life. They don't expect us to use them, manipulate them. They expect, well, it's our job to speak to our people. It's our job to uplift our people. We can't just spur off and do what we want to do. It's your job to speak righteousness. When Lady Solo come in my inbox and say that she lets her granddaughter listen to me. When she got her granddaughter, her husband, then when she got her family listening to me, I know that I'm doing something right. I know that the Most High is speaking through me. See, that's what I want you to understand. That's what I want you to understand. I didn't come for everybody. This is not for popularity content. It's for my people. We got Shears Bad in the house. We got the sister in the house. Grand rising to you. Mike Harris said you should have Dane Calloway on your show sometime. I would love to have Dane on my show. I would love. Matter of fact, I have been in connection with Dane on several occasions. I support his channel. It would be very difficult to get some of the bigger channels to even look at a guy like me. Right now, maybe one day I will be able to get some of these great channels to support me. Maybe one day. But as of right now, I have to stay focused at hand and realize what I'm here for. I'm here for my people and not a popularity contest. I can't let myself get over my head. I can't let myself get egotistic about myself. I gotta stay on task. I gotta stay doing what I have to do for my people because God is speaking through me. The Most High is speaking through me. And when I realize that I'm not doing it for me, I can better off do it for everyone. When I realize it's not about you, Peanut. It's not about you. You can't make it about you, Peanut. There's other people's lives involved that you got to think about. So be careful what you say. Be careful what you do. And that is what it is. So as I close, because I got to get to work, I want to sit here and thank you guys. And I want to thank you guys for always supporting me. Remember that YouTube is censoring me. Remember that YouTube is stopping my movement. Remember that that I have people that's telling me that they are not seeing my videos. So please share and press a like to my videos. Please hit the bell. Please hit the bell. And I want you guys to understand that I'm for everybody. I'm here to uplift our people from our circumstances. And I want you to understand that. Copper color in the house. I want you guys to understand that I am nothing without you. I can't let my ego get that far. Because if I do, I have to get off of social media. I want to thank you guys once again for being who you are. Because I'm not going to be the next Umar Johnson. I am not going to be, I'm going to be the next Peanut Nola 504. So I want to thank you guys. Love, peace, family.